Okay. So, welcome to my next project, CFA1 for term 2. Uh, this is Donald's Burgers, my amazing name that I made. Anyway, let's get into it. So at the top, I defined variables. I used dictionaries. So we have a separate list for the burgers and the drinks, and then a dictionary for their prices. Probably could have like simplified these into two different things, but I kind of added the dictionaries last minute. Then we have a list of orders 2, which is just a variable that I use for formatting. Um, the price, which is basically just the total price of everything. Uh, this is just a breaker variable to break loops. So I guess we'll go down to the start, where it's in a while true loop, and we get the name. So as we run this, if you don't put anything in, something happens. But if you put in a name, then your name happens. Then it prints welcome to Don's Burgers, and then another while true loop. Breaker is set to false, so if it's been set already, it will unbreak the thing. Um, Next, we have an input, whether or not you want to order or leave. Uh, I don't know. I don't really know why I did this. Just thought it'd be fun. Um, and then I guess we can start with the admin panel because that's the top thing. Here, if you enter admin, it'll put you into the admin panel. So that's kind of something that you need to know. I just did it that way because I thought like an end user wouldn't want to see, oh, there's an admin panel. It's like more of a secret thing that is hidden behind a enter admin, which is changeable by changing this. And then here's one of the breaker areas, just a while not statement, very simple. Then we have another input with my extremely creatively named variables. It's probably one problem with this code is that all of my variables are named option 1s through 0 through 9 or something like that. The password is password. I know, a very secure password. That's changeable. You can just go there and change that. Another while true loop. This allows you to select between adding burgers, adding drinks, or removing either. I simplified this. Originally, my system was change burgers and change drinks, and then inside there was menus for adding and removing. But I decided to just have an an add for each, and then a remove, which puts you into what do you want to remove. There's also an exit button, which takes you back to the start here. I guess I can show you this. If we enter admin and password, it allows us in here. So if you add a burger, I guess we can do that down here. Pretty much what happens is it gets an input and then it formats it so it lowers the capitalization. Then it capitalizes the first letter, strips any spaces, and uh, then it appends it to this. Oh, yeah, sorry, and it adds the space on. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, and then we have another while true loop, which checks for the price, and it checks if the price is numeric. I had a look, and I think I can actually change this to is digital or something like that. There was another one that means that it's only numbers. I've been using is numeric for a while, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you don't enter any Roman numerals or something in it, it'll be fine. Um, so that is, I guess, one point where it could break if you tried to enter a Roman numeral in. It just wouldn't accept it. Uh, then it turns it into an integer so that it's a number, and then it oh yeah, puts it up here, and then it breaks it. Well, it turns the breaker on and it breaks it, which breaks out of here and sends you back to here. So I guess we can name our burger Burger 1, give it a price of $3. So I guess we'll see that later. The drinks are the exact same except with drinks, and then the remove item simply has a for thing. So if you put in, oh yeah, sorry. If you put in remove item, it brings up this remove menu, and you can either remove a burger, a drink, or go back. So if I were to remove a burger, it goes through. It goes through. If I Oh yeah, okay, I'm just confusing myself because of my terrible naming for options. Adds another line, and then yeah, it prints out these and it checks. It asks for your input here and checks for things like it checks with one, which one. If you click 4, it removes it. Anyway, after that, we get to here. This just does the same with drinks, and option 3 just sends you back out again. There's an elif statement back here for if you put in nothing, or if you put in exit, sorry. This breaks it and breaks it again. And this is also back here, an else statement for the if you got the password incorrect. And then we're out of that now. So, yeah, we get to here. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through this really quickly. This is a terribly done video. I should really edit this down. Anyway, we have this system twice for drinks and burgers. So pretty much, it asks, do you want to order a drink or a burger? And then it prints out uh, all of the burgers in the burger list here, and it adds it as an input, and then it checks if the input's numeric. If it's not, then it just asks you again, and if it is, then yeah, then it goes through. Then it turns it into an integer. Then it yeah, and then it gets the burger. Oh, sorry, no. It checks if you clicked the back button, so this is kind of confusing. So it checks the length of the burgers +1, and if you entered that, then it goes back, which would pretty much be the back button, because the number here has to dynamically change depending on the amount of things in your list. Anyway, here it prints the burger that you ordered, then it appends it to the orders list. Yeah, and it adds this is that burgers price thing here, and it just checks that. Same for the drinks. Oh, sorry, it also calls order, which I'll go into a second. I'll just finish off what's over here. We also have just this is what happens if you click leave. It just breaks, and this is what happens at the end. If you leave, it says, do you want to play again? Yes or no? And if you say no, then it breaks. Oh, there's no new line here. Sorry, I just copy and pasted this off my laptop to my computer. And apparently I didn't copy and paste it correctly. Anyway, back there, if you remember, after you order an item, it calls, where are we? Here. If you order an item, it calls this function. I just split it up into a function because I had to break out of a loop, and loops are extremely annoying in Python. It's one of the worst parts of Python. It's extremely annoying with like loops and everything. Um, so here it just gets in all of the information it needs with the global function or the global keyword, whatever you want to call it. This pretty much this is my complicated code to basically print out what your order is, the price, and then everything else here. So what it'll do, uh, it will check the length of orders, and if it's above that, then it'll remove the last number, and yeah, sorry, it will turn orders 2 into orders minus the last item, which is pretty much what this does. It's kind of complicated, and we did not learn that in class. And if it's not, then orders 2 just equals orders without that stripping. I do that so that I can add the and in. So before the last item, it just says and. I didn't know, I probably should have looked into it. There might have been a way to do that, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, after that, it will strip. Well, I originally called it stripped because it strips it, but I ended up using join because it's much better. I started working on this a while ago. Anyway, join just joins everything. Joins it with nothing. I don't know. I don't know. You can have a look at what join does, but pretty much this just removes the thingies. The like in a list, whenever you print a list, it like has the brackets and the these thingies. And anyway, then it adds the and on. So and then the last item. And this I can show you out here. If we just order an item real quick, let's get a nice old cheeseburger. Pretty much this is the and. I should probably order again. All of this basically just chops off the last item and gives you the and at the end. Um, and then this just basically if your thing is if you have no items in your orders, it will just say your order is empty, and it will set add back to nothing. Well, it will set add to nothing, yeah. And then it prints all of this stuff, which is very simple. Then if you hit 1, which orders more, it just breaks out, and it'll go back to the loop over here, and you'll order more. If you do 2, which is confirm order, it pretty much what happens is if if it's empty, if your order's empty, it'll print your order is empty, and if it's not empty, then uh, it'll print you got this item and this item, and it costed you the amount of money. And then I open up orders.txt as A, which I don't remember what A stands for, but it like adds it. I think it's like for add or something, and as F, and then it joins it. Well, it sets a var name join, and then we just create a string or an F string with all of this in it, and it writes it to orders. Order for cheeseburger at cost of $4. And then it exits because the program's over. I really should have just used another breaker here. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just ran out of time. If I had more time in this, I probably would have just done that. And then the last option is to remove an item, which is the giant spaghetti mess that takes up like 50 lines here. Yeah, this giant spaghetti mess. which is really complicated. Well, not really. It's just a bunch of ifs and fors and whiles and stuff. Just checks a bunch of stuff, and then it prints the items that you can remove. So this is basically you go here to remove something or edit an order. I guess we can rerun this. If you go to the edit order screen, this is what comes up. It just comes up with this, and then it checks if your answer is numeric. If it's not, it just loops again. And then it gives you the option to remove it or go back. And if you go back, it just takes you back to here. But if you do decide to remove it, then it gets removed and your order becomes empty. And that's pretty much what this does. It just minuses your price. It dot pops the whatever thing you removed. It breaks, it activates the breaker and then it breaks. And so does this. And that's basically the entire program. I guess I'll do one last run through. Name. I don't know, name. Let's go in and get, say, a hamburger and order more and get Pepsi and confirm the order. And we get a hamburger and a Pepsi. And it costed us $6. And that is everything. The receipt's printed here. So yes, that was good.